Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're going to be watching and reacting to a TSB TV video today. This one on which is more cringe, Indian cinema or Hollywood, which I guess means American cinema. I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm a firm believer. I am a firm believer that Hollywood these days is absolute trash tier, bottom of the barrel content, okay? It's way too expensive. It's way too samey. It's dull, it's boring, it's preachy. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan. There's very few movies that come out of Hollywood these days that I actually enjoy. So, as someone that is just now kind of getting into Indian cinema, I've seen a few movies now that I've really enjoyed. I guess I've only, watched the ones that are the highest rated and the ones that are most recommended, but still, I'm starting to getting into some more Indian cinema. I need to find out, which is more cringe, from a Hollywood perspective to a Indian cinema perspective. So here we go. Everyone keeps arguing about which is better, Bollywood or Hollywood. Spoiler: it's neither. Oh, he spoiled it for me. Okay, well, I'm going to say, as someone from the USA, Hollywood is major cringe, brother. Link to the video is going to be in the description down below. Make sure to go and check out the original channel and video, and we're going to go ahead and get right into this, yeah?
While everyone has watched the breakup scene in Bollywood, my breakup was because of Bollywood. Back then, my girlfriend and I had hit a point where looking each other in the eye for more than 3 seconds felt like catching conjunctivitis. So
What?
we decided to surround ourselves completely in the dark for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yep, that's right. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 was in the theaters, baby. Now, as an avid fan of movies,
I've never
I knew
heard of
what
it.
I was getting into, which was Kartik Aaryan's dental scans, Tripti's career plans, 2 songs, 1 recycled title track, and some horrible VFX to wash it all down.
Okay.
And apparently some comedy, but since it was also in the mystery genre, I guess it was up to us to find out where that was. But she had no clue. She trusted my taste in movies and thought she was about to watch some state-of-the-art cinema. We came out of the theater half blind and fully depressed and thought, yeah, nothing could ever top this. Maybe this was a sign from the universe that we should stop seeing each other. And Bollywood
What?
films. Now, when I say Bollywood, I'm using it to mean Indian cinema as a whole because there are just way too many to list individually.
That's true. That is one thing that I've found out, that there's a lot of different regional movie making companies.
And also, in today's era of geographical conflicts and North versus South comments, we should at least be happy that terrible films from every region are uniting Indian citizens like never before. But then, 3 months later, this popped up on my Netflix feed, and an hour into watching this movie, I tried to
What?
call her and tell, baby, I've seen the verse. I think we should get back together. Yeah, she never picked the call, just like I should have never picked this movie. But
Probably
that's the
not,
thing about
yeah.
Bollywood and Hollywood. Indian
What was that? What was that?
She never picked the call, just like I should have never picked this movie. But that's the
A 7 Filmfare Award winner, D War?
thing about Bollywood and Hollywood. Indians think Hollywood is great.
I don't know.
Americans think Bollywood is great. Radical religious groups
Do they? What?
think about Bollywood and Hollywood. Indians think Hollywood is great.
India's red light area? What?
Americans think
Americans mistake Bahubali as a spoof of Lord of the Rings, rated as the best parody film they ever watched. I don't think I don't think Americans know what Bahubali is whatsoever. I'll be 100% frank and honest with you. They have no idea what this movie is.
Bollywood is great. Radical religious
Radical Islamic men realize they have to cover their faces while killing people, protest by saying, "I'm not dying while dressed like our women." Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god.
groups think God is great, but all of them are just equally delusional. One of them is not like the others, but hey, at least terrible films kill your time, and sometimes you will to live. Let's take Bollywood for instance. It's a glorious mishmash of romance, action, and drama, where every protagonist
Oh my god. Freaking Modi and Melania, or Melanie, or whatever her name is. Why is it not backtracking? Go back faster, YouTube. Have you disabled this button? There we go. What is going on here? Is this... What? Are they like pulling his mustache? Are they punching him? It's hard to tell. This is yeah, these are this is like, well, I don't know, like the conservative news channels, right?
where every protagonist radiates I am the main character energy. Which yes, technically they are, but it's still annoying. Especially when a 60-year-old uncle
Main character energy is pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? It's better than like depressive loser energy. You know.
is trying to act like he's 30. But does that mean Hollywood is great? Heck no. Sure, they are less pretentious and their actors don't pull off the main character vibe as hard, but that's only because we all know that the main character is played by VFX. In fact,
True. True. So true.
Hollywood is so American in their operation that they still outsource most of their
They do outsource a lot to. It's funny because they outsource it to India. They outsource it to places like China, and a lot of the places they outsource also outsource to places like North Korea. So, in a roundabout way, it's like North Korea is making the shitty CGI in Hollywood movies.
work to Asians at a third of the cost. Thought Nike was bad? Marvel's been selling you metaphorical shoes made by Indian dudes. Here's what both the industries have in common. Too many movie releases,
True. Way too much. What is all this? Man. Look at this trash. And then I don't know anything about this. I know Three Idiots. What else? What else do I know here? It's hard to tell. It's too small.
too many actors,
I don't know about too many actors. We need a variety.
way too much budget, but too
Yeah.
few writers. I understand as a writer you shouldn't give us too much respect also, but come on. If you keep repeating the same script, eventually, after watching 10 more mediocre films, you're gonna find out. At this point, even I could write a script and share it with you guys, but I'm not going to, in fear of Netflix accidentally watching this and deciding to make a movie out of it. But I can't
Netflix makes some crap. Netflix movies are garbage.
help myself, so here's the gist. In Bollywood, you have the protagonist, aka the hero, because we still use archaic words like hero and villain since our audiences borrowed their mental model from the
Well, no, archaic. Hold the phone. Hero and villain, it needs to go back to being hero and villain. I like hero and villain. Hero and villain is good.
aka the hero, because we still use archaic words
Archaic words? What? No way, brother. Archaic words. I disagree right here. These are the words that should be used.
like hero and villain since our audiences borrowed
Indian audiences give a standing ovation after the protagonist's family successfully persuades the girl to leave her job and take care of them. What? What?
their mental model from the 70s. The hero is strong on the outside, but turns into a little pooky on the inside
A little pooky on the inside. A little pooky on the inside.
every time he meets the heroine. The heroine is soft on the outside and soft on the inside also, as she starts to cry within 2 minutes of every possible emotional speech made by her mom, dad, best
What?
friend, boss, maid, and of course the hero. Basically, when something bad happens, she cries. And don't worry, you won't miss
Is this true? Is this true? I've not noticed this in the few movies that I've seen.
a single sad moment. You couldn't, even if you wanted to, because they'll tell you that it's a sad moment by playing sad music
The sad music, yeah.
background. To the American folks, imagine Hans Zimmer but depressed. And if you watch enough movies, you'll realize that the music is more or less the same in all of them, which means there's some bloody composer out there who has copy-pasted his entire work in every film and is making millions every time a character cries. Talk about making easy money. Meanwhile, you're here watching this video, eating last night's food all alone, and yes, very poor. Yeah, that's called breaking the fourth wall, which again you will not see in Bollywood. Then there's the bad guy, aka the villain. We don't care why he's bad, what his backstory is, what circumstances he's facing, or any bullshit like that. He is bad. Just acknowledge it, okay? Forget 3D movies, they don't even have 3D.
3D movies was a scam. 3D movies was a phase. 3D movies is just a way to push selling overpriced, TVs. Don't fall for the scam. Don't fall for the gimmick.
Dimensional characters. The plot, on the other hand, yeah, still not complicated. I wish I could pitch it in one sentence. Oh wait, I can. Hero has a challenge and he overcomes it.
I mean, that's the basic principle of all stories, no?
Which, to be fair, is the universal 3-act structure and is also seen in Hollywood. Hollywood follows the same template more or less. The only difference, thanks to side effects of capitalism, labor is expensive here. And so they can't hire 500 extras to damage people and public property. What are they? The RSS? So they do it in post-production. Can't fight? Fix it in post. Can't build a set? Fix it in post. Can't reverse age? Fix it in post. What's
Oh my god, yeah, the de-aging.
that? Can't act also? Yeah, fix it in post. There's also song and dance, and if they are part of a Hollywood film, it's called a musical. By that definition, every Bollywood film is a musical.
That's what I've been told. I mean, I've watched some that don't have music in it, but yeah, that's what I've been told. Western audience having their mind blown from a simple dance performance, meanwhile, average Indian audience be like, bitch, our item songs are better than this. I've never been a major fan of musicals. They do seem like when I'm talking about like pretentious in like Hollywood movies, like when you get into like musicals and like theater, the pretentious levels expound exponentially. They just explode, and it's very off-putting sometimes.
Can dance, and if they are part of a
West Side Story, huh?
Hollywood film, it's called a musical. By that definition, every Bollywood film is a musical. But that's a separate topic, which turns out some guy has already made a video on, so maybe just watch that. But I genuinely do feel sorry for Western singers. You've got Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars dancing and making music videos, promoting their albums every day and working their ass off. Meanwhile, Arijit and Anirudh just sprinkle a song into a movie and boom.
I don't know.
Number
I
one
don't
on
know
the
who.
charts.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Western singers. You've got Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars
I know these are singers. I don't know them super well.
dancing and making music videos, promoting their albums every day and working their ass off. Meanwhile,
I don't know any of these people, like at all.
Arijit and Anirudh just sprinkle a song into a movie and boom, number one on the charts. But overall, these two long lost wins have a lot in common. Just look at the actors. You have the one who started with romantic films but now does action.
I mean, Tom Cruise is you know, he's probably the quintessential action star. He does all of his own stunts. He pushes the medium to try to be as less CGI as possible as well. So he is like the last Hollywood star, Hollywood
Have a
action
lot in
star.
common. Just look at the actors. You have the one
I don't know who this person is.
who started with romantic films but now does action. The guy who releases
I don't like him.
72 films a year and is occasionally
Yeah, I don't like him.
patriotic. The one robed in for their looks, minimal acting, and a hint of foreign ancestry. The offbeat face with intense performances.
Okay.
The walking cartoon who ruled the 90s comedy scene.
Yeah.
The glam turned serious actress arc. The one with Greek god looks with a superhero role and a loyal female fan base.
Okay.
Forever stuck in the almost there category. The versatile one with psychologically loaded roles. The aging actress who's now doing better roles than ever. The method actor who disappears for 3 years and returns with a transformation. The elegant, mature, and criminally underrated woman who carries every film she's in. I mean, we've got
Well, it's crazy. Wow. So the similarities are incredible.
the same thing when it comes to directors too. The one obsessed with spectacle, scale, and redefining the theatrical experience. The guy who loves blood, ego, and morally questionable protagonists. Explosions, cops, and a testosterone overdose. One talented female director you have to include so you don't seem anti-feminist. Crime, grime, and the underbelly of society. Legacy directors known for emotional epics. Style over substance with slow-mo so long you forget what the scene was about. The wanderer, the dreamer, the romantic fool, and the aesthetic addict. And if you thought that wasn't enough, we also have a guy who was loved by all but turned out to be a sex offender.
Well, I think his charges were dropped, but yeah, no, everyone knows that he was.
Okay, you know what? Maybe the audiences are different. Maybe they have different
Were they dropped? I gotta look that up. Hold on. Well, I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't follow it. So we gotta look it up. He faced numerous charges related to SA, with the most notable being 3 counts of aggravated incident assaulting stemming from 2004, yada, yada, yada. He was convicted. Okay, so he was convicted, but it was overturned. Okay, so he was convicted, but it was overturned due to violation of his due process rights, preventing him from retried on the same charges. Okay, so he was convicted, but it was overturned. So,
taste difference.
what is this? Every girl, when she sees a 6'1" mentioned at height under a guy's bio. What about 6'3"? I'm 6'3". I'm pretty tall. I'm taller than 6'1".
Styles, different preference. Nope.
When HR says we need racial diversity, that's true.
In India, the majority of mass movies are made for people who come back after a hard day at work or class after listening to their boss, teacher, or family yap about how poorly they are performing. They just want to vent or escape their life, but have no one to talk to or be with. And so, they're angry and horny at the same time.
What?
Americans, on the other hand, are depressed, significantly behind on their mortgages, and dealing with failing relationships. So they are sad and horny at the same time.
Okay.
So we make action for angry people and comedy for sad people.
Okay.
And romance for both, because let's face it, we all are horny. It's either angry and horny or sad and horny. You either
He's like flashing some crap on the screen though. I'm gonna be
at the same
honest with
time.
you here.
So
Hold
we
on.
make action for angry people and comedy for sad.
I liked KGF, by the way. We the Millers, mid, super mid, lower than mid, super bad. I mean, I watched Super Bad and whatever this movie was. I forget what it's called. There's three of them. Both of these are mid.
Sad people. And romance
Titanic was okay. Notebook was okay. That one was pretty mid. I don't think I've seen any of these here.
for both, because let's face it, we all are horny. It's either angry and horny or sad and horny.
Absolute garbage, bottom tier trash.
You either come for the actor or come for the series.
Most of these are pretty trash. I'll be honest with you. Rogue One was okay. Solo trash. This one trash. Trash. Okay. Oh, this one's pretty good. Okay. Trash.
You either die in a shootout or die in a stampede. And then there are the problems these industries are facing side by side. If in Hollywood, it's go
Go woke, go broke. True. It is go woke. It is go woke, go broke.
or die in a stampede. And then there are the problems these industries are facing side by side. If in Hollywood, it's go woke, go broke. In Bollywood, it's use nepotism, face criticism.
What?
It's underacting versus overacting. Diversity casting versus
Okay. Versus lame dubbing.
Bollywood, it's use nepotism, face criticism. It's underacting versus overacting. Diversity casting versus lame dubbing. Cancel culture versus censor board. Abortion versus feticide. Same circus, different clowns. The movies being produced these days are equally shit on both sides. Here's the challenge a production house faces today. You can either choose an original script with fresh ideas, fresh faces that actually make the audience think, or you can just remake or sequel the same shit at a 300% profit. And they don't stop there. Once the film is shot, they make these poor actors promote it as well. It's not like they're hired just for their talent and the movie is allowed to speak for itself. What did they think this was? A reenactment of Mahabharata at Rangashankara? They've got to sell this shit because millions of dollars are on the line. So they talk to a Kapil Sharma or a Jimmy Fallon and answer stupid
I hate late night talk shows. I really do. Especially Jimmy Fallon. It's so cringe.
questions or play stupid games. You might have thought at least the awards are a lot better in the US. I mean, on one hand, you have the Oscars, the most prized possession for all film artists in the world, and then you have Pan Bahar Presents and Soy Colors Stardust Award powered by Lux Cozy. There you have my man Ricky hosting the event, here you have Shah Rukh and Ranbir cross-dressing as hosts.
What?
There you get a well-rehearsed dance show, here you get an unrehearsed slap show. But you know what, Oscars are bad too. And that's not just because La La Land didn't win Best Picture in 2017, although yes, a part of me died inside when that happened.
I mean, La La Land was okay.
The real loss of credibility was when Natu Natu won Best Original Song in 2023. A song so original they spent 90% of the lyrics just saying dance. And if that wasn't enough, they made it the title of the song as well. Let's be honest, the song shouldn't have won anything. But since VFX and sound design had better contenders, Hollywood basically said, let's just give them something or Indians might riot, and Bollywood happily accepted the consolation prize. Mid recognizing mid. And my final argument to drive this all home, and I'm sure this is going to make you understand my point, is to a question. Which is worse? The fact that it took 22 years for DiCaprio to win an Oscar, or that Suraj Pancholi won a Filmfare Award on debut?
I don't know who this is. Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah, his Oscar was so he got an Oscar for the movie the movie where he was he got mauled by the bear. The Revenant is what it was called. The Revenant. Yeah, and that Oscar was it wasn't necessarily given to him for the movie. I think it was given to him as like a lifetime award, even though it was stated it was given to him for the movie. He's had better roles prior to The Revenant. The Revenant was okay. I mean, I'm not gonna, say it was a bad movie. It was a solid, 7 out of 10. Maybe 7.5 out of 10 on a good day. Most movies are above average. So my scale 5 is average. I think a lot of people's scales, they see a 5 and they think bad, but on my scale, 5 is average, okay? 4 is below average, 6 is above average. That's my scale. Most people these days don't see it that way, though. But yeah, it was a lifetime award. His letterbox is right there. I've never used letterbox. I think it's too pretentious to use letterbox. That's just me. I think too much social media is bad for you guys. You just get too overwhelmed by having too much social media. It's bad for the brain. So that's why I don't have a lot of other social media. So what I've got from that is there's a lot of complaints about Bollywood movies, and I can see those complaints being a thing. There's a lot of complaints about Hollywood movies. It's different audiences, so there's different complaints. But yeah, in my opinion, most of Hollywood is going downhill right now, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to watch some more of both, and we'll find out. As an Indian American, I can confirm way too many similarities. Lamau. This is the beauty of cinema. It's a dumpster with infinite storage and constant supply of hot garbage. It's your duty to dig out the gold from it. It's taken DiCaprio 22 years to win an Oscar is by far the worst of the two. Almost anyone can and often does win a Filmfare award. Okay. I don't know what a Filmfare award is. I don't watch any awards. I don't even watch the Oscars, to be honest with you. I've never watched an entire Oscars in full. I've maybe seen a couple clips here and there, but I don't know. The Oscars is just a pretentious, like, clap on the back, pat on the back for these multimillionaire, actors. This is underrated. I'm Chinese, but this Indian friend knows deadpan humor much more well. What? This is why the Ugandan film industry is so goated. India is the only country to have entertainment media without evolving economically, socially, or culturally. What? Huh? It's true. I felt Hollywood gave us an Oscar just because to feel good about themselves, nothing else. Natu Natu was good, but that's it. It wasn't Oscar worthy. I'm using Bollywood to mean Indian cinema as a whole because there's just too many to list individually. Go as ahead and shows everything individually, but he didn't talk it out. He's hypocritical like that. Natu doesn't mean dance; it means local or native in Telugu. Oh, bro's not beating the Desh Dory allegations. I don't know what this is. I don't know the reference. Why does money destroy everything? True, money does destroy everything. James Cameron is much similar to Rajmouli than Christopher Nolan. I don't know this particular Indian director at all. Indian cinema also has a tendency to copy Hollywood films a lot. It's really annoying how most of our movies aren't original or just copy pasted script of previous Indian movies, like you mentioned. Yeah, the originality in Hollywood is a dying art. I will say it's a very very dying art. And even when you do get original movies and such, it's like it's almost like very little passion behind it. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't care if Bollywood is more shit or Hollywood. I spend most of my time on YouTube anyway, where they have creators like you with amazing videos. I spend a lot of my time on YouTube now as well. Like the majority of the content that I consume is either YouTube or like Korean manhwa. It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? He's reading all the comments. What? Now this is some original content. I'm cackling so bad right now. I don't even watch movies. This is frying me. Okay. It is criminal to be this underrated. Never miss your videos. Finally, Indian content that isn't content farms or tutorials. Good video, by the way. Next, do South Indian movies, specifically Tamil and Kerala. To be honest, there are many good films both in Hollywood and Bollywood, like Lapta Ladies and Christopher Nolan movies. Some Christopher Nolan movies, like some, not all. We gotta admit that just because it's a good director doesn't mean all of his movies are good. We have to admit that. Do the comparison similarities slide was insane, so good. At this point, just watch Walk Hollywood. Good one, buddy. Radical Religious was a good one. The only good wood is morning wood. I think we're going to leave it at that. Link to this video will be in the description down below, guys. Go and check it out. And with that, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.